Hi, and welcome to this week's MarketerM8 workshop recording for automations and workflows in HighLevel. I'm Julian Mills and I'm joined by Atticus Mills on this call, and we'll jump into the recording right now. To make a start then, so this workshop is all about high-level automation, using especially the workflow element of the system. And then I'm going to jump in now, show you around the automation and workflows in particular, and then we'll build a simple workflow, incorporating what Rob's looking for today, the opportunity triggers, and then at the very end, I'll show you a new workflow I've been building this week that includes AI in it. Is that okay? Hi, Thomas.
Hello, Julian. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine, thank you. That's good. Thank you. You made it a bit early today. You're not so late.
I'm always early. I just had a little bit of emergency here today, so
Okay, well we'll jump straight into the screen share, and then I'll walk you through the system. Okay, so this is one of my sub accounts in high level. So where we do all our automation is a section called automation on the left hand menu, and this really is the powerhouse of high level. You can do so much here, and we spend a lot of time in here. Yeah, so when you click on automation, the first thing you'll see is your workflow list. Okay. So the first thing I tell everyone is make sure you thought about sort of a system for filing your automation. So um, we can create folders in here. So what the worst thing you could do is in 6 months' time you come in and you've got a list of 200 workflows here. Yeah, it becomes impossible to manage because it gets so confusing. So much better to use a folder system to group workflows into related groups, as it were.
You want to see my Infusionsoft account then?
Yeah, mine's the same. Mine are the same, Jeremy. We don't have the folders like this here. So for instance, you see here. So I'm giving each folder a number, so it puts them in number order. And then this is the one I'll show you later on, the referral AI follow-up. And then within here, I'd have any workflows that are related to that particular campaign, as it were. Yeah. Uh, and this is probably becoming a bit less so nowadays because we've now got the advanced workflow builder we'll show you, which can cut out the necessity of having to have, say, 3 or 4 workflows all synced together and working to create the automation we want. So now we can use the advanced builder where we can group it all into one workflow, as it were. I'll show you that in a minute. We'll just go back. So what we'll do is we'll start by building a very simple workflow from scratch. So you'll see all the main concepts involved in building the workflow. So to create a workflow, click on Create Workflow. Okay. You might notice I've got some more options than you've got. Okay. And this is just advanced ways of managing data. If you're using custom objects, you see here I've got one called pets, practices, and vets. If you're using the custom objects, you can start to link data together, link records together, and do some really sophisticated automation. But we're not going to look at that today. Okay, so normally you would just click Start from scratch, and it brings up a new workflow. Yeah, and in this sort of this is the standard builder we'll look at first. Okay, the standard builder. You've got the AI is now coming in here to be able to assist you, so you can tell you what workflow you want, and then it will help you to build out the workflow. So more and more AI assistance is creeping into the system. I must admit, I've never used that because I find it quite logical just to build it myself, to be honest, which is what we'll do today. So in the standard builder, the workflows flow from top to bottom. Yeah. So we start, this is the top here. And there's 2 main blocks of Lego we're building with here. There's triggers and actions. So Jeremy, it's very similar to Keep. Yeah, we got where we'd have the goals and the sequences and things. Um, So it's a very similar sort of concept there. So first of all, we'll look at triggers. Okay, so a trigger is when something happens, somebody fills in a web form, a tag gets applied, a link gets clicked, etc., etc. Now, in this demonstration I'll give you today, we're going to keep it nice and simple. And then a nice simple concept for you guys to get your head around is basically, imagine we want to place a contact us form on your website. So we're going to embed a contact us web form on your website. And then as inquiries come in, we're going to follow up with them. Very simply, we can send them an email to say thank you for inquiry. We can send you an email to say you've got a new inquiry, and we can start to build out a whole flow of automation. Does that make sense? Am I losing anybody?
What's that dialog box on the screen?
Yeah, this is the AI coming into it, Steve. Yeah, so you
Right.
can type in, oh, I want a workflow to follow up with contacts that fill a contact us form in.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, and you've also got the AI assistant here. So later on, you can be building out your workflow, and you can ask the AI to make suggestions for improvements, to rearrange it. So it's getting more and more more and more assistance from the AI here, building into. So it's not just using the AI for talking to customers, but AI to assist us in our setups. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I start building this will disappear.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to name it. I'll call it a contact us form demo. Like that, yep. Give it a name. Maybe a coding system if you to organize it. And so just save that there. So the first thing, what's going to trigger this workflow is the contact us form being filled in on your website. So first of all, let's go and find where the forms live. Okay. So the forms aren't part of the workflow. Yeah. If you were using Keep before, forms were part of the workflow. Here, they're not. They're a separate element to the system. So I'll come back out. And I go to sites. And you see here, we've got web forms, we've got surveys and quizzes. Yeah. So today we're going to look at forms. And you'll see here, I've got a contact us form somewhere. Contact us form. So you build the form in here with any custom fields you want, and you can customize it and make it look exactly how you want with colors, colored buttons, etc. Complete your thank you page. So it might be a simple message or a redirect to a URL. So standard stuff if you use Keep. Yeah, so you build your form there, and you can obviously you can see any submissions that have come in the past. Obviously, this is a test, it's got no submissions. And when you got your form as you want it, you can integrate it into your website. So you might want it as a pop-up or a sticky sidebar or an inline form, typically. Copy the embed code, and then you or your web designer could embed that form on your website. Okay, so now the form is on your website, live and ready to capture any inquiries. So this form in a minute is going to become the trigger in our workflow. So we'll be looking for this one in a minute. So I'll come back to the automation now. If I can find where I was before. So you see here, like Jamie said at the start, look at all these I've got here, yeah. So obviously I didn't put this one in a folder, but I could do a quick search. Contact us form demo. You see that, found that there. There it is today's. So this is the workflow. So I just want to jump into here and check. If you haven't already got HighLevel software, then below you'll find a link to our MarketerM8 agency where you can sign up for a free trial, and we'll be more than happy to help you get onboarded and started using HighLevel. Okay, so I'm going to add a trigger, which is going to be when that form is submitted. So I click on here, add new trigger. Notice the menu we've got down this side, and we've got lots and lots of triggers we can play with. Lots, yeah. Today we're going to keep it nice and simple. It's just a form. So type in form. Okay. So we're going to use the form submitted, but look how it automatically integrates with Facebook lead forms, TikTok advertising forms, LinkedIn advertising forms. Yeah. So no need for Zapier or anything to integrate in like we did with Keep. It's straight. We're going to use a standard form in the system. Okay. And then we've got to drill down to that precise form. So you click on Add Filters. Form is, and contact us form for website. Okay. And you might put a name in here like this, contact us form. Website contact us form submitted. Let's save that. Notice how the AI builder has now disappeared because we've gone off piece, as it were. We're building it ourselves. So there's a trigger now that it's going to trigger the workflow. They've got a little plus symbol, and here now we've got a new menu called Actions. Again, look at all the blocks of Lego we can build our automations with. There's a lot, but we're going to keep it simple for this demonstration. And we're just going to send an email. Yeah. So type email. Oops. Send an email. Okay. So then we just give it a name. Well, it might be called a welcome email. What I will normally do is I'm not going to worry about the detail of what the copy says in the email. I'm first of all going to map out the skeleton of the campaign. And then at the second pass, I'll be filling in the detail, getting down to the nitty gritty of copy and things like that. So here I put welcome email. Yep. The from name, who it's coming from. So you could hard code your name in there if you wish. Yeah. You hard code in your email, which is fine. The only thing is, and later on, if you want someone else to take over or the email to come from somebody else, you could end up going through a lot of workflows to fix that. Uh, and I would do it in a slightly different way. So what I would do, I just save this first, this email, and then subject I need to say something. So I might call welcome email. What's that? And I'll get that. So there's our welcome email. Yeah. Now, again, I mentioned here about the email. The email you might want it to come from you or one of your team. To future-proof it, so if you make changes to who the emails come from later on, what I would do at the start of this workflow, I would assign a user to own these contacts, and so all the emails come from the user. So let's type in user here, assign to user. Okay, I might assign it to myself like that. Okay, so now the workflow knows. Yeah, all the contacts that are going through are now owned by me, and then I can, all the emails, I can simply say this. I can say the from name is going to be the user full name. Yeah, because it knows it's Julian Mills, it's going to drop in Julian Mills there. Yeah, the email that's coming from, again, I've got a user email. It's going to pull in the email address for me from my user profile in the system. And then obviously we could write our email here, we could personalize it. Hi, contact, first name, like that. Message here. Message here. You might say regards. Now, again, I'll drop in the username here, so it will be obviously default to me, like that. And then I might put my signature in there, my email signature. User signature. Where are we? Go back. User signature, like that. And then that's creating a very basic email there, no formatting really. If I wanted to use a template from my email templates, I could pull in a template email from there and click on save. Always make sure you save like that. Don't forget we've got the tech support. MarketerM8, we've got tech support with this blue button. The tech support guys are there. Again, you can, if it gets in your way, you can move it out of the way. it has its moments like today where it won't move for you, but with a bit of persistence and playing, it will move eventually. I'll have to find out why it does that. It plays awkward buggers. So at the moment, then, our workflow is simply someone fills in the form on our website, gets assigned to me, sends them a welcome email. Great. But now we can think about the whole journey we want to take people on. So, for instance, we might want to send them a text message. Yeah. Again, this is hard to do in Keep. Yeah. But you've got both, you set up a phone number in a system very easily. It's a separate workshop that, but you set up a phone number in a system, and then you can simply send them a text, send yeah. You can pull in a template one, or you can just write an email, send a text to them. Yeah, we could trigger links in there and do some advanced things in there. Yeah, so we can send a text as easy as sending an email here. That would do that straight away. We might want to then send one of you or one of your team an internal notification to say you've got a new inquiry coming. So we could click on here and we could do internal notification. This is always tricky to do with Keep. I didn't really have this feature. So we've got different choices of internal notification we can send one of our users. It could be an email. We could ping them on the mobile phone app. If we've got the mobile phone app installed, we could ping them on the mobile phone app. We can send them a text if we've got a phone number set up. We can also send them a WhatsApp message. Any of those or any combination of those we can send to send to one of our team members. If we want to send up a notification to go to the mobile phone app, click on there, just give it a title.
Sorry, is there a way where obviously where it says notification, does it ping on their user account that is on the software or something then?
It will ping them on the mobile phone, yeah.
Okay.
So they'd have to install the mobile phone app, the HighLevel mobile phone app.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgetting about this.
So because you signed the contact to you as the user at the start of the workflow, you're going to get the notification, not everybody.
Or we can set it here as well. As I can say, so user type. So it could be going to the assigned user, or it could be going to all the admins in your account, or a particular one. So it's just myself there, for instance. And you can merge a little message for yourself. One thing to bear in mind with these workflows is whatever trigger is triggering the workflow, all that data flows into the workflow. So, for instance, if we're using the calendars, when an appointment is booked on a calendar, when it triggers a workflow, the workflow knows the date, the time, who the call is with, the link to the call, etc. So we can merge all that data into our follow-up.
Julian,
Yep.
I was with a sales team yesterday and we were they're using the pipeline now. Could every inquiry end up, say, as a new lead, first stage of their sales pipeline? So everyone can see every lead that's come in the pipeline.
Yeah, so what you could do here is that was the next one I was going to do. So imagine you got a message there. Yeah, just put that there. Just save that. Have I not finished that? Hang on. Oh, God. So again, I can redirect them to the actual contact record or the conversation view or the opportunity. I've put conversation there for now. So we can create an opportunity in the pipeline now. Click on here and go to opportunity. So create, I'll just do create up. That's the old version. This is the new one, create opportunity. So I choose which pipeline I want it to go into, Steve. Yeah. This would be my sort of sales pipeline here.
Yeah.
I'll create an opportunity in this sales pipeline. And I'm going to move it to pipeline stage new inquiry.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can add any other data you want to do, the value. So if you say every deal is on average it's worth £1,000, you can put that in there.
Amazing. Yeah.
And that'll start to populate your pipeline.
Oh wow. So technically you can move it along the pipeline without even touching it
Oh yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Like they signed a contract, boom, it's moved.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
Sweet.
can sign a contract to the document signing, and it can move it from working to one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can even do things where a trigger, Jeremy, can be a stale opportunity. So you could say if an opportunity has been there for 4 weeks, that could be a trigger. Might send you an email, might move them to lost or won or wherever you want to move them. So you can automate a lot of the movements. Yeah. Yeah. So
if you're brainstorming all these options with, say, a client, what could be automated, how do you just do it with a pen and paper, or do you do it on a how could you just discuss through and build out the sort of options for a sequence for a workflow?
but going a little bit off piste here. So I use a tool called Lucid Chart. I'll probably show you, Steve.
Lucid Chart. Okay, yeah, you have mentioned that before.
Yeah. LucidChart.com. That's a paid service. I do this with all my inquiries now because it's how I get clarity of how the software is going to help them. Yeah, how it can be bolted into their system, their already existing model. So I use Lucid Chart, which is a paid service. There's another one called draw.io, DRAW.io. That's very similar to this tool and it's free. But if I log into mine, I'll show you. So what I'll normally do is have an hour, at least an hour call, brainstorming ideas, getting a feel for the marketing they want to do, and then I can go away with my Fathom notes, which is brilliant for this. You get your Fathom notes, and you can work through. You can start to map it out for them, and you're looking for the quick. Always looking for the quick wins. So if I just log in here, log in Google.
How much is this Lucid thing?
It's about $100 a year or something like that for me. Might be more now, but again, if you just do it for your own business, the draw.io works great because it saves the file to your Google Drive. You see here on Lucid Chart, I've got all these. So these are all prospective clients and clients where I'm mapping out their marketing and sales models. So I can't show you all that work, but people like to see what I'm doing. So very quickly to give you a recap, Steve, this is how I show this to my clients, and this will hopefully show you, Steve, how I work. So
when I had my opportunity call with you, you weren't playing Tetris, you were actually working on a chart.
yeah, so Fathom is brilliant for this because I don't need to sit there writing notes because Fathom is make your notes for me to go, and I've got the recording I can reference later on and ask it questions. Did Jeremy say you used email marketing? And it'll give you the answers from the video. So very quickly, yeah. So this is the helicopter view. I'll be starting to map out. How do people find me? How to get the eyeballs? Yeah. I want to get them onto my website as quickly as possible. Yeah. I've got two websites on there, both in HighLevel now, actually. Even the WordPress is in HighLevel now. And it's all filtered down to create the opportunities.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So you map that out like that. And that's the helicopter view, but you can drill down, and this is where you're getting to, Steve. So here, for instance, we've got lots of lead magnets on the website. Fill this form in to get a free guide or a video or a PDF or whatever it might be, or a snapshot for HighLevel. We're doing now more, yeah. You got your lead magnet. That's the helicopter view of the lead magnet campaign. Yeah, so it's on the plan, but then you go down to the next level, and this is the actual campaign. So it looks very similar to a Keep campaign here, the colours and everything. So I'll be talking to the client and mapping out what they want, yeah, and getting their feedback. Do they want 2 emails or 3 emails in the workflow? Yeah. So for instance, someone signs up for the lead magnet. There's no delay. We're going to send an email straight away to deliver the lead magnet. Download the guide, watch the video. Yeah. Then we're going to, based on their behavior or lack of behavior, the ideal behavior is a click to download the PDF. Yeah. So it's just thinking the processes through what the client.
Yeah. That's really good. That's so much easier to understand.
So they downloaded it, and in this instance, fine now.
I mean, I
Yes.
didn't realize you'd think so much into it. Now knowing you a bit more, I kind of understand how you think. Because my I don't want to show you, my monitor has got post-it notes. Even Lucid Chart is now on a post-it note. This is a better way.
Yeah, so here you got the opportunity created. The sales teams follow up, and it's in the sales pipeline element now. So it'd be in this part here, yeah, in here. Very simple sales pipeline model there. Yeah, so that's the ideal path across there. Yeah, most people don't follow that ideal path. Yeah, most people are too busy, they don't download it. We've got to think about that contingency now. So if you don't download it, wait 2 days, we'll send a reminder email or a whole bunch of reminder emails.
Yeah.
As soon as they do download it from there, then they go to sales team. But still, a lot of people will not get around. They're too busy. Everyone's too busy. Yeah. So then they'll drop out here. Yeah. They'll come to this point. Most people in the automation will say, oh, well, they're on my list now. They've not done anything. With a bit of hope marketing, they'll get my newsletters and things like that. Yeah. We take it a step further. Okay. So we drop into a long-term evergreen nurture campaign. Yeah. So most automate, and you can do this in Keep as well. I was first doing this in Keep, Jeremy, but now it's in HighLevel. Yeah. So most automation is very linear. Yeah. But if they arrive at this point, they've done nothing apart from request the guide. Yeah. They're going to drop into the long-term evergreen nurture campaign, which looks like this. Yeah. So if they dropped into this workflow today, this campaign, they would start in January. Yeah. They've missed the January email, so they're going to get the next email in February. And they'll go around a whole year, and next January will start again and go around. And I know they're a prospect. For the workflow automations, we'll switch off this campaign as soon as they become a client. So as soon as you move them to one here, one, become a new client, that'll be a workflow that will say you've moved the opportunity to one. This is what coming back to what Rob was asking at the start. We move the opportunity to one. That's a trigger, and that trigger will then the action will be stop uh, stop this workflow, stop that whole thing.
Oh, that's a shame because now I've signed up. I love receiving your emails. I've loved them for years. Now I've signed up, that stops. That's
Well, no, I'll put you specially back in, Jeremy. I'll put you back in.
Special
I mean,
request.
today you sent the Entrepreneur Circle one, the 2-line email you send to a cold
Oh yes, a free line email. Yes, yeah.
or 3-line. Yeah, I was actually wow, actually good little. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all about adding value, isn't it? Don't you
it
find is
is.
that rather than selling all the time, adding value as well? And yeah, so the only way people can escape from this workflow is to become a customer or they'll subscribe. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I tell clients on this one, a nice easy way to get your head around it, just send one email a week, one email a month. But it could be one email a day if you wanted. It could also be sending um, text out, WhatsApps. With a bit of more advanced automation integration, it can send out postcards in the post. Yeah. So does that give you an idea, Steve, how I map it out?
Honestly, that's brilliant. The client I was with yesterday, they're basically software engineers. They design systems for lifts, and all around the office are all these sort of like, these types of drawings for their electrical work. So to be
Yes.
able to show them something like that, they just love it. They think, oh, this is just fantastic.
Well, the thing is, when we're dealing with clients, so we map this out. We build it out as we go along with the client. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll have again, it might be a couple of calls, but we're doing the hard work on a piece of paper.
yeah.
And then you see, by the time you come to this, and the client says, "Oh, can I send a second reminder email?" I'll say, "Okay, we'll reconvene next week. But in the meantime, get those free 2 or 3 emails written, and we can build that together. So you learn how to do it in like less than an hour."
I tell you what's amazing is once people start having this level of detail in their business, it's a hell of a job for them to sort of back out of it, isn't it? So it becomes
Yeah,
very sticky.
yeah,
Uh,
and
I
you also
noticed that yesterday. They want basically like a bespoke landing page and an email sequence or something like this. So I was sort of talking to them, and I just quoted them an extra £100 a month, and so they're paying £250 a month now.
right,
Um,
okay, yeah.
so and they had no issue with that, and I thought, you know, I'm yeah, I'm selling on behalf of somebody else, so that's where I want to come across.
Yeah, so this is my model. So hopefully it gives you. I mean, you're doing the hard work on the. Like I've got clients. I say, look, just draft it on a piece of paper, back of a fag packet style. Yeah,
Yeah.
just draft it out, and then we'll have a conversation. And then it just makes it so much easier. It even gets better when you're building this out for people, and you can put a little goal as this is completed. You can put a little gold star on it to say it's completed. Bit of gamification there. Is that okay? I digressed a bit there.
No, I tell you that was worth it because that's really really impressive.
So back to workflow building. So at the moment we've got the contact us form, yeah, and we're just assigning it to me. We're going to send them an email straight away, send them a text, send you an internal notification to say you got a new lead and creating an opportunity in the sales pipeline. Yep. But so these things here, you click on this button here, we can copy the action, move it around, delete it. So if I want to move this action, I click on here and move it to the end. Yeah, so you can rearrange things, you can copy everything. So it's really, really flexible. Yeah. We can put wait delays in here. So you might just say, okay, I want to wait a day before I send a text. Click on the plus sign there. We've got the actions. With a bit of practice, you get to know the names of these things. You type in wait. A wait there. You might want to wait a day, 1 day. Wait 1 day. Big thing. It's not playing ball today. The little let's just save that one. And so now we got a 1 day delay. 1 day delay there. Is that making sense, guys?
Yeah, really good.
That's a really simple demonstration there, just to show you the concepts of the triggers and what trigger, and then the actions of what does the stuff for us. Yeah. Now this is in the standard builder. So if you go to here, go to advanced builder. Yeah. And now we used to have this we used to have this in Keep and Infusionsoft. It's called Campaign Builder, but now we've just recently got it into HighLevel as well. So when I first moved to HighLevel 2 years ago, this was the thing I missed most. Yeah. But now we've got it in HighLevel where we can create diagrams. Yeah. Move it around, and you can do a lot more. You can the main thing is you can have multiple sort of swim lanes here, which you can't in a standard workflow. So I must admit I've not been using this much myself, but I'll show you an example. So I can create if I copy that trigger, how do you paste it? Paste. Yeah. So I can start to create multiple swim lanes. So what might have taken two workflows in the past can be just consolidated so it's all on one canvas. Yeah. So rather than having three separate standard workflows that are all interlinked, you can have one canvas where all three are on the one page, as it were. That
So
makes sense?
yeah, because I think with this you need a workflow for example, the calendar booking, for the email sequence, for whatever. You can put them all on the same page.
You could do, yeah, but it's the same as with Keep. The more you put on there, yeah, the longer it takes to download. So you still got I wouldn't put everything on one canvas. I wouldn't try and build everything on there because eventually it'll trip itself up. It just gets too heavy, as it were.
Right.
You still want to compartmentalize it into campaigns, but just with having able to have more than one swim flow, then
Yeah.
you
It's
can
really
do
good though.
them.
It's more visual, isn't it?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, you can jump between workflows a lot easier. Workflow switcher, so you can switch between them a lot easier than coming out and going back into another one. So let me go back again. Go.
Do you still find a need for Miro or Lucid charts when you've got the advanced builder? Would you not Or do you still use it for planning out and then come in here, or do you find that you just come in because of the new advanced layout? You can just work in it and build everything out there without planning it out first of all?
Well, you could work that way, yeah. But me personally, when I'm working with a new client, if I can map this out, I can print this out easily. I can't print that advanced workflow out so easily. Um, I can share this with clients. So if a client's got a free Lucid Chart account, I can share this with them. And also, the way this can work is you can put post-it notes on here. So me and the client will be adding notes in. Julian, if you check this, Thomas, what about this idea? Rather than sending separate emails and trying to keep track of it, you can have all your ideas on here and what needs doing next, and you keep all your notes.
Gotcha.
Uh, you don't really have, and also, and it saves the client having to log into what can be quite daunting looking when you see the workflow, the advanced workflow builder. Notice here, I'm using zero here for invoicing. So I'm trying to give the big picture here of everything, not just what HighLevel does.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also use it for onboarding, don't we? So we've got a table with all the steps we need to cover for the onboardings. Then once done, tick it over, going
Yeah.
back and forth, doing the same things, wasting time.
Let me show you this. So under the bonnet, yeah, all businesses are very similar, right? So what we've now got is when we're talking to a potential new client, we've got here, where is it? Let me see. I'm trying to hope I've not written over it. There we go. Yep. So this template pretty much fits most businesses. And so you do a discovery code with the client, and then you can use this, and like 70% of the work is done for you. What we find and what we've taken it. So this for like Jeremy and Steve here and Thomas, who are obviously thinking about the agency side of things. Yeah. So we've got this document here where this has got sort of every scenario we encounter. So often it's a case of when we're working with a new client, we're just taking stuff away from this. We're not having to think about adding stuff. We're just taking things that aren't relevant to that client. So you see here, for instance, we've got the social media planner. Yeah. That's often like a phase one thing we'll be setting up with the clients. It's a quick win, very easy to set up. But if they're not doing any social media, I would just take that off. I'd just delete that straight away. It's not part of the plan. A lot easier to take stuff away than put it, to think about it and add it on when it's all. And over time, I keep evolving this, adding more options to give us more. Got the AI in here. You see, if you wanted to use the WhatsApp, got that built on there. The mobile, we mentioned the mobile phone before. The mobile phone app with Jeremy before. So again, if they're going to be using the mobile phone app, well, will that be phase one? Introduce a client to the mobile phone app. If that's not one for them, we'll just take it off the plan.
If you're willing to share, I'll be a very happy borrower of that.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just sign it with the affiliate link. Yeah, no problem, Jeremy. You've done that already. Yeah, we can walk you through how we use this. A couple of, I mean, and when you're on a call with some client, adding value all the time. So if you see here, what I find when I'm talking to clients is the book they ask you answer. Often we talk about how I do my marketing with the SEO, creating blog posts, and I'll say, well, you need to first of all read they ask you answer, and that'll bring you up to speed. Some clients, especially B2B, we talk about the Dream 100 list. Yeah. Rather than spending thousands of pounds on Facebook ads, yeah, just formulate a list of, say, 100 or whatever it is, but we say 100, yeah, a Dream 100 list of your ideal clients, and then create campaigns that just go after those ideal clients. So again, that's not my idea. That came from a chap called Chet Holmes, who wrote a brilliant book called The Ultimate Sales Machine. And I'll tell the clients, uh, if you're B2B and you want to create a Dream 100, then read that book for starters. So added value all the time. Yeah, and obviously we can build that automation to HighLevel. Uh, they do the research, find their ideal Dream 100 clients. We build a campaign to follow up with them. Yeah, do that. But yeah, so you see here I mapped out every major element, even down to I showed you the reactivation campaign before, the prospect reactivation. Guess what? There's where it sits. Yeah. So what I say is every new contact that comes into the system, all your data is flowing into a database. Every new contact that comes in automatically drops into the long-term nurture campaign. Yeah, because they're a prospect. But again, it's all mapped out, like the wiring diagram. Yeah, as soon as they move to won or lost, yeah, when they move to won or lost, negative feedback stops the prospect campaign, and we can start a customer version of that as well at the same time.
Do you have the review request in here as well?
Is it review campaigns there? Yeah. And just the other week, I added the video testimonials on there. So as new features coming to high level, I'm just adding them onto the chart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one I've got to add on is the referrals, one I've been working on. So the AI referrals is not on here yet. But you just keep adding, it's just for yourself, just keep adding all the potential things that clients could want. And then when you talk to them, you have a discovery call on Fathom, and you just start removing the bits they don't need. And so it gets simpler. But it's really quick. Does that
Honestly,
make sense?
no, really valuable that is. And the marketing planning I do for people, I'm going to start looking at this and basically giving them a wiring diagram for their business. I think they'll be impressed
Yeah.
with that.
And then when Atticus joined me, we notched it up another level here, yeah. So as part of the plan here, I've got all the you see I've got all the features in high level available, so I can talk about those when I'm on the plan with people or the prospects. And this we use this a lot, don't we, Atticus, when we're onboarding clients? This next bit. So if I show you here, where are we? This is quite clever in Lucid Chart. So when we're onboarding clients, we've got a checklist. Yeah. So we've got pre-onboarding, call one, call two. Okay. So when a new client signs up with us, yeah, there's certain things we've got to check. Uh, verify all the account details at the high level agency. Once we've done that, we just move it to completed.
Oh, I see. It's a pipeline.
Um, it's, it's just a checklist of things we've got to do for the setup. Yeah. So as we're onboarding client, for instance, we'll have to set up the email sending the email domain sending domain settings. Yeah. Does the client want to import data? Yeah. So it's just a checklist. Ask us now as we're onboarding clients to make sure we're covering everything we need to.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a nice little feature in Lucid Chart to do that. So this is the pre-onboarding. This is things we've got to check. Check Stripe subscription and zero client record setup. It's all internal stuff for us. But then we get onto the call one, ensure the client can log in, show them how to log in using the app. It just makes sort of systemize the onboarding. We've got call two, and then when we completed all those things, the clients pretty much had the initial onboarding sessions. Yeah,
One thing I used to do with the previous CRM I was using is we had like a onboarding booklet which I made out and then just bound together, and it had little tick boxes. And
yeah.
as we went through with a client and their staff, they had to tick and sign to say they had been made aware of that, because I had a few people who were coming back and saying, "Oh, you never mentioned that.
Oh,
You didn't know that." And I was like, "No, no, 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 we covered that." And
oh,
there's the signature there. You've had that.
we haven't quite gone that far yet, but this is just an internal thing for us. Yeah, and
That's great.
as we're doing the initial discovery call and onboarding call, clients, we're looking for then phase two. So we do the initial onboarding. Phase two, we're looking for quick wins. Yeah. Do they need the opportunities? Do they need the calendars? Yeah. Those are the quick wins we're looking to get set up quickly. And then phase three, this is the advanced stuff. So they want to build out courses in the system. They want to do advanced stuff where there'll probably be an extra consulting charges for that. But we've got a plan to work into. Is that okay? Have to share this with you guys. I'll have to share that, no problem. Coming back to it, because we're digressing again. Okay, so there's the basic workflow. Now, coming back to Rob's question at the start, yeah. about the opportunities. Yes, I'll show you how that works, Rob. Yeah. So if you look at my pipeline here, I don't want to show your stuff. Yeah. We go to opportunities. I've got this is my main sales pipeline here. It's called, that's client management. It's called Julian's Consulting. So if someone comes to our website and fills in the contact us form, or they book onto one of these workshops, they appear here, so I see them, just so I can see them. If someone books a discovery call from our website, they'd all automatically pop into here. Yeah. Actually, JT should be there actually, so I'll just move him there like that. So I'm automatically generating the opportunities. But then Rob's question was how do you trigger the automation when you're moving between the stages? Yeah. So for instance, here I've got discovery call booked here, and I set up this stage called discovery call missed. Yeah. So if Paul Slater were to miss his discovery call, I could move him into that stage there, and that would be a trigger that triggers the automation to send him an email saying, "Hey, we missed our call. Here's a link to rebook." Yeah, that sort of thing. And I can send them emails, I can send reminder emails until they book. So I'll show you how we can trigger this is what Rob was interested in. How do you trigger automation when you move from there to say there? Okay, so you're in the automation here, Rob. I just create another new quick workflow. So the trigger now, Rob, would be opportunity stage move. So new trigger, opportunity stage change. So first I've got to drill down to that specific pipeline because I've got a number of them. So it would be in pipeline. Yeah, that's my sales pipeline. When they move into this stage, pipeline stage, missed discovery call. Okay, so when I move that opportunity record to that stage we just saw a minute ago, that is our trigger here. Save the trigger, and then I'll send an email. Send an email. Rebook this call. Okay, so I'd send that. Again, first of all, I'm just going to work out the skeleton first. So I'm going to send them and straight away I'll send them an email. Hey, we just missed our call. Here's a link to rebook. Okay, I'm going to assume now it doesn't rebook straight away, so I'm going to put a wait in here. Wait. We'll wait. Let's wait an hour. 1 hour. Like that. And we'll send them another email. So imagine I've completed that email now. And all copies all written. The rebooking link is in there. I can click on here and just copy it. Copy action. Copy it to there. Reminder. I might call that reminder. Reminder 1. And then obviously the email contains a link to rebook onto my calendar. Yeah. And then I might decide, because you can zoom in and out here. I might decide I want to copy those two. I want to copy those two at the same time here. So I click on here, copy all actions from here. Put there, like that. So wait another, there's a reminder 2. I start to build up a little campaign. Okay,
Can I
so
just ask a quick question?
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't quite know how to explain it, but how would you safeguard, because I've got a similar thing to what I've just seen that you've got there, and you've got, columns. And it's easy to move tiles from column 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 4, for example. But if you move it from column 1 to 2 and then think, oh, that was the wrong one, 2 should have gone into 4 for argument's sake, you wouldn't really want loads of separate things happening. So what I'm trying to say is when they're in the first column, so from column 1 to column 2, If you accidentally moved it out of that column back in or something like that, is there a way to safeguard that the contact isn't getting the wrong information, if that will make sense? Or is it just a case of you put it in column two, so we're going to start execute sort of the workflow in column two and that type of thing?
Good question, Rob. I see you thinking about this. Yeah, that's good. So what you can do, there's not a built-in system to do that, but we can create that effect. So you see here. So at the moment, if you moved them accidentally to this stage, it's going to trigger that email straight away. Okay. So what you could do is put a wait in here. Wait. So you might give yourself say 20 minutes. So you're giving yourself a 20-minute window there, yeah?
Right, okay. So yeah, so if you did move the tile around half a dozen times within the first 5 minutes, then the user wouldn't get that unnecessary noise, like it's like the emails.
Yes, and no. Now, what's going to happen as soon as you move into this stage? Yeah, it's going to drop into this workflow. Yeah, but nothing's going to happen for 20 minutes. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is where it gets a little bit more complicated because I'm going to need a second workflow now to make sure that if Rob moves them back out of here to some other stage, then this gets terminated straight away. So that would require another workflow. Could you do this on I've not thought about it. I wonder if you could do this on an the advanced builder. But what I would do, I would call this let me call this I'll call this demo one, yeah.
If you had a workflow for every stage, every time you moved them, the first thing you could do in the new stage is remove them from all of the workflows associated to other stages, if you understand me.
Good idea.
What
That's probably
about if you were to use a conditional statement after the 20 minutes? Would that work?
uh
I think if you combine the two, that would be brilliant. If you had a
I,
delay,
I think what I think what I click on here. So when you move into this, hang on a second. Yeah, when you move into this stage, what I would do is I would put an instruction here. Remove. Uh, remove from workflow. Yeah, and workflow. So what I'd be looking to any other workflows that could have gone into as part of those stages. I'd be make the first command would be if they're in any other stages, remove them from them, and then proceed with this one. That's the way to cover your that's the way to cover your bets there. Yeah. Does
uh,
that make
uh,
sense, Rob? What we're doing?
Well, I'll do this on another call
Yeah.
future. I'm just sort of because it's going through my mind. I mean, I've been moving tiles all over the place, like playing cards, and at the moment I haven't got any automation set up, so it's just for me visually to go, okay, they've agreed to buy the course and they haven't, for example. But just under test mode, I've been moving his tiles around like playing cards, and I wouldn't, if I had automation built in, later on, I wouldn't want my contacts to be bombarded with this workflow and that workflow just because I've moved them around. So I'd need to really think about, like the ideal solution is that the system would somehow realize that, I've might have moved tiles around, but they've ended up in column seven, for example, and
Yeah.
then to go down column seven.
Well, this would do that as long as you've got to say a slight delay here. It gives the system an opportunity to catch itself up. So 20 minutes. But like I say, as soon as you move into this workflow, any alternative options get cancelled out. We just remove them from those workflows if they're in them already, and that would cover it. That would
Yeah, so it's important that at the end of the day, the contact would only receive the one
yeah
workflow, like chain of emails, or
yeah.
uh, and not to be tied into this workflow, that workflow, and the other workflow.
Yeah, this way would do that. It's just getting your head round it. We can reconvene on that one, Rob, when you reach that point. Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Uh, But yeah, often you find there's more than one way to skin a digital cat in here doing this. Yeah. We're now up to the hour. I was going to show you something new I've been working on, which uses AI within the workflows. If you're interested in seeing that, guys, or if anyone's got to dash, feel free.
No,
Uh,
that's good.
Because I'm quite pleased with this one, and that Atticus has been doing similar with the testimonials. But let me show you what I've got here. Okay, so I've got to sites. We've got a snapshot for this. If you want this one as well, if you go to my forms, so you'll see how I'm building this snapshot and I'm coding everything up, so it's easy for us to create as an agency to create the snapshots and keep track of everything. Okay, so this workflow, a bit more advanced now. It uses forms, custom fields, and a workflow. Yeah. So first of all, let's look at the form, okay? So this is all about you could go to your clients and ask them for referrals, yeah? They give you someone's name, email address, their website, and some details as to why they feel they'd be a good fit for you. Yeah. When they give us those details, rather than us having to remember to phone them up and chase that person manually, we'll have the automation do the work for us. Okay, so it's building a campaign where you, the salesperson or the customer service person, is asking clients for referrals. They're giving you referrals, the details, the contact details, where they're going to follow up on it so they don't slip between the cracks and get forgotten about. So first thing is we need a form to capture this detail. So you'll see here, where is it? Where's my form? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry, form builder. So you notice I've called this number 16. So everything to do with this campaign, the folders, the workflows, the custom fields, it's all coded number 16 so I can find them easily. So this is the 16 MarketerM8 Referral AI follow-up form. It's all coded up number 16. There's a referral capture form. So the only person that fill it in would be us or our staff, yeah. So oh, I've got a spelling mistake there. Right, yeah. So first of all, we're going to capture the details of the person that's been referred to us, their name, phone, email, their website. If it's a business, they'll typically have a website. Important to that because the AI is going to use this. The AI is going to use the website later on, and this here. Why is the referrer suggest I contact this person? These two bits of information are going to be used by the AI later on to customize the email. Okay, and then the person. Oh, got another typo there. The person who suggested we contact the person. The details of the person making the referral. Brand new this. Yeah, the referrer's first name, last name, and email. So when this form is filled in, ignore that bit. It's just a bit I've got to put on for compliance at the moment. When this form is filled in, the referral is going to be created as a contact on the system. Okay? Yeah. So these are custom. I need to capture the custom fields. I need to capture the referrer's name as custom fields. Let me just save that. Yeah. So I'll show you the custom fields I've set up for this workflow. Settings, custom fields. So I'll drop it into a nice little folder because again, this is part of Snapshot, so it's going to drop this into somebody's account. I want to drop it in nice and organized. So I'll drop them in as this folder here, 16 MMA referral follow-up. And these are the 4 fields that are part of this workflow. Yeah. Why did the referee think they should refer them to us? The referrer first name, referrer last name, referrer email. Okay, that's custom fields. And then we go to finally to the automation. Again, notice I've created a folder with a number 16, so it's all grouped together. Everything's consistent on the naming convention, 16. At the moment, there's only one workflow in here anyway. Okay, so you see here, we're able to add post-it notes to our workflows. I'll zoom right in. Oops. Now bear with me, so I need to get stuff sorted out. So you can zoom right in here. So you see here, you can add notes like that, add notes. Really useful for leaving breadcrumbs so you can follow the logic that's been applied. So here, for instance, this workflow triggers when that form is filled in. So when that form is filled in, this triggers a workflow. Going to assign the contact to me. Now here's where we start doing the magic now. Yeah. So here we're using a GPT powered by OpenAI. So it's Chat GPT. Okay. Using GPT-5. Here's a prompt. Basically telling it that the referrer has referred to referral and linking the names to those fields. And I'm telling it to then look up the website to get more details in order to personalize the email. Here are the notes that the referrer gave us why we should contact them, why they feel that they're a good fit for our product or service. And then I've got my basic template in here. And I'm saying, here's a basic template. Hi, first name. Here's a basic template. Look at what the website tells you about them and how we can help them, and the reasons that the referrer gave us you should contact them, and then write an email. Yeah, it writes the email there. So it's creating the email copy here, personalized, and then here in the email, all I'm going to do, look at, I'm just merging in the Chat GPT response from the preceding stage. So so the email is talking about their company and making it very tailored to their how we could help them. Do you see what I'm doing there? Yeah, that's very customized email based on ChatGPT there, and then a sort of standard email too. So if there's no response, if you haven't booked a call or replied within 2 days, they get another email, just touching base. So this isn't personal. This is a sort of standard email now. Internal notification prompting you to maybe reach out to them manually, give them a call. Wait another 2 days, send them email free. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in all of that, if they book a call, that stops this workflow. In addition to booking a call, they may reply. Yeah. They may reply positively or negatively. They might tell me to bugger off. Yeah. If that's the case, if I get a reply, is it positive or negative? If they come back saying, "Hey, can you tell me more?" or "Yes, I'm interested," they go down this track, and it send me an internal notification to say, Steve's come back, and this is his message. He's interested," and then it's obviously a manual sales process. Yeah. If he comes back saying, "Take me off your list. I'm not interested," then we can pick up "not interested" and delete the contact. If they've gone through all of that and not booked a call and not replied, then automatically I'll delete the contact, because at the end of the day, this person has been referred by somebody else. From a GDPR point of view, if I keep emailing them, yeah, that's not good.
Simple little question there, right? I probably missed it, but if they're filling in the form and they don't put in their website address, or I know you probably marked it required, but if they put in something because ABC test that I whatever, right? Have you any safeguard in there that'll check the website to make sure that it is a genuine website?
I must admit I haven't.
I
Uh,
just thought of it myself
yeah,
now
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
something that's yeah.
I haven't thought about that. I mean, yeah, because you're filling it in, or your staff. It's not like they're filling it in.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
this would be so, you talk to a client and say, "Oh, I mentioned you to Bob," It'd be interesting what you do. Yeah, I'd be looking to get the details then and fill in the form in myself. But you're
Yeah.
right. If someone was maliciously putting in all sorts of websites, then yeah, and it's hard to sort of I don't know how I could combat that.
Well, GPT should be able to verify it, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being the prompts, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't yeah,
It's just one for us to work out.
yeah, no, it's an interesting one. Yeah, maybe if the email, if the contact's email address doesn't match the same domain or something, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I can see your point there. Yeah, but yeah, so that's something I've been working on because let's say the number of times I get referrals and the client will say, "Oh yeah, I'll mention you to them," and they never get around to it. Whereas this way, you can build a little campaign to follow up. So have I covered everything there, Atticus? Anything else? Anything I've missed there? Can you think of?
That's everything.
Is that a bit clearer on the workflows and automation for you, Rob? Now, because
Yeah, it's something I'm just working on in the background. I mean, I'm doing it manual to start with because I can track it all when it's manual. And but if as you know, I'm doing a course soon, so if the course works, then I'll be looking to improve it. And it's those little improvements I'd like to add in to um, to further sort of improve it. I don't want to get too complicated at the very
yeah.
beginning. You know.
Yeah, it just is. There's this. It's such a powerful tool. This when you like say when you get into it, you've got a real cause that'll save you a lot of time. Just know it's there at your disposal, and maybe when you reach that point, we just have a quick call and iron it and work it out, map it out on a piece of paper first of all, like we showed at the start at the beginning. Because it's like the AI as well. It's just you've got to dig in there and start playing with it, finding out ways to save you time.
I think maybe because as I say, I'm going to be doing my first course probably next month. So if that works, then I'll be looking to improve. But I've also, as you know, I've done a lot of different things on the high level CRM over the last couple of years. I mean, some have been okay and some haven't worked. There's a lot of sort of archive workflows and tags that, were relevant 18 months ago, but are just confusing things now and clogging up the system. So if my course does work like next month, I'll be looking to do them on a regular basis. But I'd like to cleanse the whole database really and take away the stuff that I'm not going to use now because it's very, I don't know about everyone else, but it's very it can be a bit overwhelming when you've got all the archive forms that you don't use, landing pages that you don't use, tags that were relevant once but not now. I'd like to cleanse the whole database if that's possible anyway, to just have under the bonnet what I need now and not what I needed, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, it's all possible. I've always found tags tricky to delete. Because you think, oh, should it, especially if when I'm not familiar with those tags in the first instance. Oh, because often tags are connected in the automations in ways that you can't always foresee. You can innocently delete a tag, and then suddenly something else breaks because you've done that. But I think with yours, Rob, it should be quite straightforward to tidy up. We can jump on a call and do that quite simply.
Yeah. I'm just saying there's loads of stuff in there that we've done over the last couple of years and I really just want to do what works, what pays the money coming in. I mean, I've tried lots of things in the past, and when I'm looking on different forms and that, I mean, loads of forms come up. I've got to really pick the one that I'm working on. So, but just one other thing also, I did notice on the advanced builder, because obviously I came from Keep and I preferred that view from left to right. I didn't know that they've done that in high level now, which is quite a good thing, I think.
It's only the last. I mean, we saw it first back in October, but it's literally only the last week or two where it's become widely available now. Yes, yeah. To everybody, it's been rolled out. You see there. So there's mine there. That.
Yeah, it's quite good having one canvas for all that you need and having several workflows that come into it and do different things. So,
Yeah,
um,
as soon as you start using, if I started rearranging this a great deal, eventually it would outgrow the standard builder, and you can't go back then. Um, which makes sense, but at the moment I can. So I'd have to look. Atticus was talking about this morning, weren't you, Atticus, about converting some of ours to just work on the advanced builder now. But yeah, it's amazing to think keep was the first for these tools with campaign, but that's 2012 that was now. We've started using that. And how time has flown.
yeah, I just find or found, so I don't use Keep now, but I did find at the time the Keep workflow from left to right and was quite easy to follow. So it's nice to see that, it's the same now in high level.
Sort of caught up in a way, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. We're now at quarter past the hour now, guys. Any more questions from you? Anybody? We all good?
Did you say you could share that Lucid thing,
Yeah.
even as a PDF or something? Just
Have you got a Lucid Chart account, Steve? Or
I will sign up for it.
you can
I'll sign
start
up for
start with
that.
a free one, and we'll share that with you. Yeah, no problem.
No, that's really kind of you. I appreciate that. I just think that's a bit of a game changer.
Yeah, it's a lot easier trying to write it out and explain it in a Word document. It's just
Yeah,
when clients see that, it's part of my sales process. When clients see that, and uh, again, it gives me clarity of how we can help them with the software and what we do, and
yeah.
you're just confident in what you're doing then, yeah.
I thought it's so powerful. It's absolutely brilliant. Very good. All right, that was a brilliant call.
Okay, guys. Well, so what we doing next week, Categories? Which one is it?
Database management.
Database management next week, guys. So hopefully see you there. So thank you for watching the recording of this week's workshop. Shortly, a QR code will appear where you'll be able to book a discovery call if you've got any more questions, or book onto our next live workshop. We'll see you there.